Okay, everybody, I'm so excited today because I am joined by Fionn Laird and Simone Miller, who are Nikki and Kalisha in the Institute. We're going to be talking about the finale, so there'll be spoilers here, so make sure you watch the crazy finale. So I'm so excited to talk to you guys. How you doing today, first off?
So
I'm
good. Thank you so much for having us. Sorry, not to interrupt you, Finn.
There's two of us. I gotta remember that.
No. I'm pumped to talk to you guys, and it's so nice to see you both. And just with this wild finale too, let's start with Finn. Break down for me how crazy it is where you guys are doing these scenes where you're acting with each other with the TP and with your thoughts, but you're not actually saying anything out loud. What is that like?
I mean, we did it in a pretty, I guess, constructed way. We would read through the lines with the director Jack or whoever we were working with in that moment, and then we would, go through it. It'd be read out to us as we would act through it, and so you had to kind of keep that, I guess, intentioned intensity. Otherwise, it just didn't work, and so that involves intense eye contact, very direct, and I guess intended facial movement. It was a lot of fun and interesting to figure out.
Were you able to keep a straight face the whole time? Did you guys ever kind of break in that moment?
I mean, we would break here and there. Definitely not for that, but there were other moments for sure.
I think if anything, I can only think of one time that we may have broke during one of those TP scenes was the one where you're feeding me soup in episode 7. Because it's just everywhere. And trying to, stay very deadpan and spaced out,
Mhm.
broke a little bit.
With
But
very cold soup too.
yes. Oh my gosh, yeah, very cold soup. But we're professional. We kept it together.
Oh, that's great. I love that. And Simone, the heart of the show for me is this bond all of the kids have together. So, how did you guys even go about starting to build that in the beginning?
Well, I think it happened fairly naturally for all of us. We all we clicked fairly early on, once meeting one another. Yeah, it was great. We all jive and hung out all the time off set, so I think that definitely helped. But I feel like our bonds were very synonymous with that of our bonds in real life. It felt really natural to just like play off of one another in that sense. Because a lot of the times it was coming from a genuine place.
Yeah, and it really comes off natural in the show, so that's really cool. I love the chemistry you guys all have together. And Finn, I'm wondering, did you guys film all this chronological, and did you in general do the front half scenes first and then the back half?
Yeah, in general, we did. We did it. I think we had 4 blocks, and we would shoot 2 episodes per block. And so, we would have obviously the intermingling between 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and then occasionally like a specific scene that had to have certain timing and the shooting schedule. But yeah, overall, it was kind of like we had that natural progression over the course of like the narrative. And I think, speaking back to the relationships that we had and that we were building on camera, I feel like that kind of progression through the story really helped with building those bonds, and having that be reflected on screen was really cool to see.
Yeah, it's really cool seeing that progression. It's and Simone too. There's this big progression with Kalisha going through one of the first ones to go to the back half, and seeing her become like a zombie at some point, was that a hard place to even go to as an actress? Like, did it feel really dark in the back half when you were doing those scenes?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was definitely a big switch, especially to see, a character so full of life and present being reduced down to yeah, essentially a zombie. It was a little, disheartening because, I love my girl, but it was very interesting and very creatively fulfilling to get to go to that place as an actor and really delve into the nuances of, you know, becoming sort of a shell of oneself.
No, and you do a great job, and it really does get really like heavy, and it's props to your acting for bringing that out. Really cool. Finn, yeah, I love these moments with Nikki where he gets to freak out in the front half, and like the scenes where he's throwing chairs and stuff. So I'm wondering, is there some improv in there? Like, do they tell you that Dave said, "Okay, go wild, start throwing shit," or do you kind of have to follow a tease still?
I wish it could have been improv, but unfortunately, I had the responsibility to the other, like Jason who played Tony, and the other guards. If I just, what if I and picked up a chair, chucked? That wouldn't have been ideal. But you know what? I did work with the Eddie, the stunt guy, and we we like walked through the choreography of it the day prior to shooting, and he was like, so what do you want to what would you do next in this scenario? Like, do you want to throw the cake at his face? Do you want to kick it at his face? So in a sense there was some improv, and honestly I prefer it that way as opposed to just like, you know what, let's wing it. um but I think that preparation was why, like that the shot you see, the master shot you see in the scene in the show was the first take, the first like take we had of that moment. So it was, I think the preparation was really good for that. Yeah.
Oh, that's wild to hear. That's cool. Yeah, no, really, really intense. And speaking of intense, with this finale, Simone, we have this big moment where we lose Avery in this heroic sacrifice. So, how emotional was that on set? And maybe even like when did you guys find out that was happening?
Well, we found out fairly early on just because it is in the book. So, when I read it, oh my goodness, I was in tears, like in my room at midnight, like sobbing. And my mom's like, "Who's Avery?" And I'm like, "Don't worry about it, he's gone." Um, but yeah, no, it was super emotional. I think Vigo, our actor who played Avery in the show, is such, just a little ball of sunshine. So having to like see him in such a detrimental phase, while this, dilapidated building is just falling around him, um, was just so surreal. And especially like it's such an immersive set. So you really feel like you're in it once you're in it. So yeah, no, it was definitely very emotional, but I think it really played into it was good for us to pull from in the scene.
Yeah, and it worked and it shocked me. I hadn't read the book before the show, so like seeing it on the finale, I couldn't believe it. I was stunned and hit hard, but really, really cool that you guys did such a good job doing such a big scene. And Finn, this show being now this big break for you, big Stephen King show, a lot of people talking about it. How has that experience been for you? Like, what has that all been around, just everything around it?
Um, it's definitely like even something like this, like talking to someone about the work you do is it's interesting. You're like, oh, I don't want to. It almost you got to get rid of that like pretentious feeling. Like you're not being pretentious. Like this is part of the job now. Like promoting your show and talking to people about it and letting people who enjoyed the show like tell you directly, like people who you've never met before but know your face so well. It's very surreal, but like I think for this is the perfect show, I think, for this to happen too. I think like I have such a good community of people like Simone, like Joe, like even like Ben and like Mary Louise and like the more veteran cast. They've just been such a great support system and such a great group of people to go through something like this with. So I haven't felt overwhelmed at any point. Like it's been a lot, but it's been, yeah, I wouldn't change it for the world. It's been a blast. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great answer and totally not pretentious either. So you're doing great. I love it. And it's totally honest,
Good
really
job.
cool. And Simone, just watching this, I got excited because I feel the vibes of setup in the finale for a season two. We want a season two. So what would you want to see explored possibly for our crew in the next season?
Oh, I think I would love to see them get more of an opportunity to just be kids because I feel like for so much of the show they're just going through like this fantastical and detrimental journey. But yeah, I think just to really delve into their relationships more would be really a treat. And yeah, I think even like in respects to like the little love triangle that we brush upon, I think that would be really cool to delve into. That could be really interesting, a lot of tension.
Yeah, and Finn, same question to you. What would you want to see possibly explored in a season two?
Yeah, like the Institute kids take Manhattan, like kind of like so taking them out of the I guess the situations or the context you've known them in, you've grown to know them in, and put them in a entirely new one. Like I think, yeah, in the book in particular, they go to this like farmhouse, and
Ooh.
you only get a taste of it in the book, but you're like, oh my God, like I want to see what happens. So I'm kind of like, I hope Stephen King even like writes a new book for it, which would be great. But like if we get to shoot season two before that happens, I'd love to see them in like separate from this oppressive environment, whether or not it's like the farmhouse or some other location, secondary location where they're all being kids or developing their more complex relationships that aren't to do with just survival. That would be great.
Yeah, really, really good answers from both of you guys. That's all exciting stuff I'd love to see explored as well. So everybody watch these two, Kill It in the Institute finale out now on MGM Plus. Tell your friends, family about it. It's really fun. You guys have been such a blast, and I hope to talk to you in the future one day.
Thank you so much for having us. It was lovely to meet you.
Yeah, it
Yes,
was a
same
pleasure.
here.